I would not watch that if you paid me and gave me an orgasm at the same time. That looks awful.
Hi, Jennifer Coolidge over here. Welcome back to Fruity Cereal. I'm one of your hosts, Connor.
And I am the Speaker of the House. How do you do?
You're the what?
And I'm the new Speaker of the House.
Oh, well, I mean, better than anyway.
Better than the other Kevin, right?
We don't pay you to be funny, Kevin. Welcome back to Fruity Cereal. Before I get started, everybody, happy Apricot Day. That's
okay.
This episode does air on Monday, which is Apricot Day. So.
Oh, okay. So it's technically not today. It's the day that this episode airs.
Today that we're recording is Harlem Globetrotters Day.
Okay.
I mean, appropriate for the sports network, but we have no business. We have no power here.
We have power.
Anyway, welcome back. Quick little mug of the day. I got my Yoshi egg mug. This was actually brand new.
It's cute. Forgive me, audiences. Forgive me if I'm a little low energy today. I just got back from Florida, which was like an 8-hour drive. So
you're recording this after having done that drive?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I mean, I ate and I refreshed and showered and whatnot. So
what could possibly boost your energy, Kevin? Let's go to a gay club. Let's go to a fun, high energy nightlife type spot. Let's do that
right
again.
now. But Connor,
yeah, right now.
Sure, let's do it.
Sure, right now. I don't feel like driving, so why don't we ask somebody to join us and help us talk about all the fun stuff that happens in a gay night spot?
Okay.
I have a guest, Kevin. I'm not good at bringing people into the... I'm just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, this week we have a special guest by the name of Jeff, but you may know them colloquially as Annie Manildoo. Please welcome Annie.
Hello.
Hello, Jeff. Before going forward, would you like us to refer to you as Jeff?
Honestly, any name will do. So
sorry, that was a very
sorry. I had to do it.
Possessed my soul. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the show. Thank you for agreeing to be here, especially after the rocky start we had it. How are you doing today?
No complaints. Just living the dream.
No point complaining, because who's gonna hear? And who's gonna care?
Hello.
Anyway, sorry, that was very dark. Jeff, going forward, I want to say thank you for being here again. You had the distinct honor of being my hyperfixation of the week, but we will get to that a little later. For now, Kevin and I want to invite you to join us in the chaos of Kevin's segment, where he talks about all sorts of weird gay shit that happened this week.
So this is my new segment. It's called Sounds Gay. I'm in.
Perfect.
I mean, appropriate.
Yeah.
Before, I should probably ask, because I did blindside you. Are you cool with do you roll with the LGBT?
Me? Of course.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm heading the parade. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Hey, you never know. When are we gonna get the first bigot drag queen on RuPaul?
Oh my God.
Let it happen.
When is
equal opportunity?
Lady Gaga gonna be on Drag Race?
Oh, God, mess.
Here's the thing: you're gonna tell me you wouldn't watch that, though?
I mean, that would be. I mean, they are coming up with new gimmicks every season. Like this season, they got twins on.
Ugh, that's weird. I don't know. Either way, Kevin, please dive on in. Let us know what we missed out on this week.
All right. So the first bit of news is that so the new member of Congress explained why he'll swear his oath of office on the U.S. Constitution with a first edition Superman comic.
That was actually something
you did send it to me. So
this one was really cute.
So, like any other lawmaker, Representative-elect Robert Garcia will swear his oath on a foundational text. He chose the U.S. Constitution over the Bible or or another religious text. And when the time comes, he'll also take his oath on 3 sentimental items, including a first edition comic of Superman.
That was borrowed from the Library of Congress, by
Yes.
the way. He didn't have one of his own, so he's like, hey, do you mind if I like take this for an afternoon? I got something to do. Which I find just so fucking funny. Because
Yes.
like you always see in like movies and TV, like when like, you know, somebody takes like an oath of office, it's always on top of a Bible because white Christian people are gross.
Yeah,
but yeah, it doesn't have to be that. And he's taking advantage of that, which is delightful. But it was pertains to the LGBT community because he was what, Kevin?
He's gay.
Oh God, you are.
I mean,
sure,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that makes it relevant, I guess, right?
Yeah. So he says, I've read almost all genres, but Superman is always the character that stood out and spoke to me the most. Garcia, a Democrat from California, told BuzzFeed News on Wednesday.
That is really cute. I was kind of hoping it would be like something a bit more fruity, but we stand a comic book geek.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it were Scarlet Witch, I'd be right behind them. Wonder Woman. Give me Catwoman. Come on. Superman. Ugh, another white guy.
Yeah.
Yes. So like you said, Connor, it was from the Library of Congress. Public servants often get symbolic as they consider how they'll take their oath. President Joe Biden used a Bible that has been in his family for generations. Vice President Kamala Harris swore on 2 books, a Bible that belonged to a woman she considered a mother figure, as well as a Bible once owned by Thurgood Marshall, the first Black Supreme Court justice. Garcia explained to BuzzFeed News the significant role that comic books and superheroes had on him growing up as an immigrant. I've learned to read and write English, reading comics as a kid. Never stopped reading, he said. Garcia, who moved to the U.S. from Peru, said that the values he grew up with while reading Superman are ones that he brings with him to his adult life in his new job.
Snaps. Thank you.
So yeah. So yes, he is. So prior to being elected to Congress, Garcia served 8 years as mayor of Long Beach, California.
Ew, Long Beach? Sorry. I'm judging a place that I've never been to, but I've not heard good things about Long Beach. Okay, but that is fantastic. It's like this is like, I don't know how to phrase this without getting into trouble. What is your opinion on people who are trying to take, like, you know, pre-existing historical figures such as like Abraham Lincoln and like drag out, like, you know, the tea that they may have been fruity? Like, have you heard of the Lincoln letters? Obviously you saw Bros, right?
What? Connor, where did this come from?
I love the fact that we're getting more LGBTQ representation in the political playing field, which is absolutely necessary. But we've always been around, you know, like there's like evidence that,
but like, you know, but like, I don't know. Does it really matter? I mean, I guess
I'm trying to turn this into a fun segment. I don't want to turn into C-SPAN, Kevin.
But like, you know, the fact is that, you know, if Lincoln was gay, he was not openly gay. And
Kevin, you are embarrassing me in front of our guests. Just laugh and move on.
Okay, haha, Bros, Billy Eichner, very funny. Yes, ha 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 ha.
Continue.
Which you roasted, which like you hated that movie on Twitter, but then you were live texting me about it.
Yeah,
like,
the hatred, Kevin. I have.
But you texted 2 things about it that you loved, though. You loved.
I laughed 3 times, and that's all it got. Continue, please.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay, so. Next bit of news is Ireland vows to introduce legislation banning conversion therapy by 2024.
I misheard. I misheard you. I was like, oh, they're banning gender affirming surgery.
No,
I'm not awake right now. We're all very tired.
Neither am I.
I'm so sorry, but that is fantastic. Okay, as an Irish person myself, I'm very happy with that.
Yes, Ireland's integration minister Roderick O'Gorman has promised to introduce legislation banning the exploitative practice of so-called conversion therapy by 2024. The politician, who is openly gay, previously described it as a cruel process rooted in the promotion of shame, a process that seeks for somebody to change their sexual orientation or gender identity is extremely exploitative, particularly if undertaken on someone under 18. He told the Irish Mirror.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I mean, it's no secret. Ireland's a very, very small country, albeit a divided one. But like, I'm sure they have their share of, us hanging out there. This is very, very good news for them. Although, isn't O'Gorman the last name of the guy who founded the Proud Boys?
I don't know.
I mean, when he first said the name, I was like, wait a minute. I think I know that name. I think they were in the news for something else this week. All right. Anyway.
Eddie. Way. Sorry. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty on my end.
As long as you don't go blank screen again, that was really not fun for me.
Yeah, as long as I don't die again. I don't know if you knew, but 2 episodes ago for our Christmas special, I died.
And I had to crowd work like a schmuck for like 10 minutes. It was not fun.
Yeah. Now you know what. So now you know I'm vital to this
exactly.
podcast.
We're 2 halves of a whole idiot, Kevin.
Yep. Okay, so the next bit of news is the Real Friends of WeHo. The MTV sets a premiere date for show starring Brad Goreski and Todrick Hall.
Oh no.
Yes.
Jeff, you look like you have some opinions.
I have a lot of opinions.
Let's go. Spill the tea.
I would not watch that if you paid me and gave me an orgasm at the same time. That looks awful.
What about it is awful?
Mainly just the casting choices. I mean, I'm good. Like, if I want to watch an asshole, I'll go on Grindr. Like, I'm good.
Oh, that was actually something. We can edit this out if you're not okay with it. But do you want to tell people how I approached you to be a guest on this podcast? And how like 90% of the planning took place?
Grindr.
This is the funniest thing.
Yeah, I happen to be in your area, I guess. I don't know.
I know. And then I just switched to like professional. I'm like, I run a podcast, and I was wondering if you would like to join us.
So funny. I was like,
at the end of it, I was like, this is the funniest thing I've done all week.
Of all the ways for that to happen, that was a new one. That's for sure. That's not a conversation I'm having on Grindr usually.
Yeah, do you want to be on a podcast?
Yeah. I mean,
Connor, should I use Grindr to invite some guests?
I mean, it worked for me.
I've been asked much stranger things on Grindr than do you want to be on a podcast? So
this week.
Yeah, literally today.
Oh God. I had somebody ask me if I would do the hokey pokey naked for them once. No confirmation as to whether or not I did it.
I mean, hokey pokey.
It was like a specific fetish of his, and I was like, I'm not here to judge, but I'm very not into that.
Okay, so anyway, story. So MTV is launching a new reality show called The Real Friends of WeHo. It's going to follow Brad Goreski, Todrick Hall, Curtis Hamilton, and James Vaughn, and Joey Zauzig.
You gotta learn how to pronounce these people. Do you remember Fuck with Twigs?
Fuck a Twigs, yeah. Yeah, and then that Miss Piggy cover of one of her songs went viral on TikTok.
It's more popular than the original now for good reason.
Do it for you.
Oh, Kevin, please.
To be fair, I feel like you don't need to learn how to pronounce these people's names because who gives a shit about them?
I mean, yeah.
They're just awful.
I'm sure somebody will comment that we're wrong, but it's not going to kill us anyway.
Let them.
Yeah. Okay. So the show is set to premiere on Friday, January 20th, 9 p.m. Eastern time, following RuPaul's Drag Race. The cable network describes The Real Friends of WeHo as an unfiltered and honest look at a select group of friends loving and pursuing their passions in the West Hollywood community. Consisting of some of Hollywood's most influential and successful LGBTQ celebrities, personalities, and entrepreneurs, which, I mean, I kind of feel like, a little bit of a little exaggerating there. The most successful.
Did maybe at yoga before they had that reach. That was
oh my God.
They pulled a muscle on that one.
Oh boy. And and Annie, let me tell you, the gay Twitter is is primarily agreeing with you. They're roasting the hell out of this
I
show.
can't imagine anybody being legitimately excited about this.
I mean, first of all, didn't Bravo TV try to make like a gay Real Housewives show twice? I know they did it at least twice.
I did not know that was a thing.
The only way that this is getting any kind of views is that people are going to watch Drag Race and forget to turn off their TV.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very.
That's
high
what they're
chance.
banking on. I guarantee you that that's what they're banking on. They're like, well, it's trash, and we know it's trash, but if we put it on right after Drag Race and we market it the right way.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you guys hear about the there's allegedly some drama about behind the scenes of the show involving Chris Salvatore. Do you guys know who Chris Salvatore is?
I do not.
Connor, you actually probably would know who he is if I showed you his face, because
maybe I
he
am
was
bad
in
with names.
the Eating Out movies.
Oh no! Oh no! Which one was he? Which one?
And now
was
he's
he?
on. And now he's on OnlyFans.
So am I. That's nothing special. Which
Right.
one?
But it's because of his OnlyFans that like the other people in the show, like, they didn't want to work with him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
really?
they were like, we don't want to work with you because you have an OnlyFans.
Because he has an Only? That's rude.
Although he didn't directly say it on Twitter. He did say, like, 3 reality stars on a certain new reality show, like, told me that they didn't want to work with me because of my OnlyFans and I couldn't be on the show.
That's rude.
Yeah, it is rude.
I know. I'm not just saying that as somebody who has an OnlyFans. Don't be a dick. Don't judge me on how I earn my money.
Yep, true.
Oh, God. But now you gotta tell me, which one in the Eating Out movies was he? Was he the twink or was he the muscle daddy?
He was the muscle daddy.
There we go. Because there's only 3 characters in those movies, and it's either that or the Jennifer Coolidge knockoff.
The Jennifer Coolidge Jr. character.
Exactly. God, she was nauseating.
Annie, have you ever seen the Eating Out movies?
Oh
boy, they are so messy in more than one way.
They're not even good though. They're like, these are the movies, literal from real life example. These are the movies you watch when your conservative parents don't want to introduce you to gay culture. So you turn on Logo at midnight after they've gone to sleep and you watch whatever the fuck they put in front of your face.
That's a very good description of it.
Because it's what I did. And then you and I were torrenting the 3rd movie because we were 2 secret gays in the closet in high school.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was very embarrassing. Yes.
Yeah, you're not missing.
I mean, the movies did have some pretty good sex scenes, I guess.
Yeah, for a television movie, I guess.
For a television, well, I don't think they were television movies. I think they were like just straight to videos, like straight to DVD.
I do remember one of them. I like specifically like. I don't remember how I got it, but I got like the uncensored version and there was like penis in it. And I thought my heart was going to stop. I thought I was going to have a heart attack and die on the spot because there was a male genitalia on my living room television. And I was like, this is it. This is how I die. Great.
Yeah. And nowadays it's just turn on HBO and it's right. Turn on HBO or Netflix and it's right there.
Oh God. Why is there no penis in Wednesday, Kevin? Come on. Well, because they're all high schoolers. That might be it.
Maybe, yeah.
I think I just answered my own question. Whoops.
Got her. Okay. Anyway, so last story is Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp comes out as gay.
I saw this coming from a mile away, but I'm still happy it happened.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm surprised, but I also saw it coming at the same time.
I feel like because Noah Schnapp is the one that played Will, correct?
Yes, and he says I'm more similar to Will than I thought.
That was like, here's the thing. I'm not accusing them of doing anything. I am going to say, however, this looks very obvious that they said, oh, my character on the show is gay to gauge how people reacted and then use that as a jumping off point to be like, should I come out now or like wait till later in life? And it was mostly positive. So they did come out a little sooner rather than later, which is fantastic. But that's something I did in high school was just be like, oh, I'm not gay, but I have a cousin who's gay. What do you think about that? Like trying to read the room,
Right.
Oh, but fantastic. Congratulations, Noah.
Yes. The Stranger Things actor has come out as gay. In a video he posted on TikTok, In the summer of 2022, Schnapp confirmed that his character, yes, so basically, like you said, Connor, he confirmed that his character in the Netflix sci-fi series was gay in an interview, but now Schnapp himself has gone public with the identity. When asked about Will's emotional story, the teen actor confirmed that it'd be teased since season 1, commending the character's sexuality arc. I think it is done so beautifully because it's so easy to make a character just like all of a sudden be gay. Now, in a new TikTok posted on the 5th of January, Schnapp has confirmed his own sexuality. In the video, the audio can be heard of saying, "You know what it never was? That serious. It was never that serious. Quite frankly, will never be that serious." Noah is pictured lip-syncing the audio with the caption above reading, "When I finally told my friends and family I was gay after being scared in the closet for 18 years, and all they said was, 'We know.'" So, like, his friends and family knew. They were like, "We know, yeah."
Did you have anybody in your life react to your coming out like that? Because mine was not.
My mom did. My mom.
The mom is always the first one to know. Like, that's like, my mom knew. My mom knew I was gay when I was 2 years old, and I told her I had a crush on Judy Garland.
Wow.
Jeff, do you have any coming out stories you'd like to share?
Oh God, I mean, it wasn't much of a surprise for me either. Like when I was really little, I would watch The Wizard of Oz and wrap myself in a blanket and melt with the witch when that scene would happen.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Yeah, but holy homo, Batman.
No kidding, my goodness. Such drama to that scene too. Such like
so much drama.
Gravitas.
Drama.
Oh my God, I love that. But anyway, Kevin, I shanghaied the segment from you. What happened?
No, that's it. It's just, here's the thing with Noah Schnapp. The reason why I'm not surprised is because he has like a certain weird sense of humor that's either neurodivergent or queer. You know what I mean?
I mean, that I feel like that's why he's like so popular, is because he appeals to like such a huge demographic: the gays, the neurodivergent, and the neurodivergent queer kids.
You guys remember that time he was beefing with Doja Cat because Doja Cat tried to use him to get the actor who plays Eddie's phone number?
That's okay. That's gross.
That's
really icky.
Yeah, and then Noah Schnapp posted about it on TikTok, and Doja got mad at him for making her look like such an idiot.
I mean, yeah, I would
like, well, don't ask 17-year-olds like for their adult co-stars' phone numbers.
Yeah. But I legitimately thought you were going to say, do you remember Noah Schnapp beefing with Millie Bobby Brown?
No, it's actually really funny because the Gay Times article that I was reading from, they actually have a picture of Will next to 11. So it's literally Noah next to Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay, that's when when people like know the joke. That's why it's funny. Oh God. Congratulations, Noah. Don't go near Millie when she's driving.
Okay, anyway, so that concludes my segment. That concludes the homosexual.
Thank you. And there was very few depressing topics this week. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Nobody died. Well, nobody famous died. That's another story. Fantastic. Kevin, before I start diving in, you mentioning bros made me just it triggered me, and now I gotta start screaming again.
Okay.
Jeff, have you seen the movie Bros by Billy Eichner?
You know, I gave it a try.
So did I. Let's talk.
We watched it at my friend's place. He put it on. I made it, I want to say like a quarter of the way through, and I was like open mouth, drooling, snoring, asleep. I don't know that I even made it a quarter of the way. Granted, I also was tired and not sober.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
So,
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like maybe I gotta give it a try when I'm more alert. I don't know,
No.
but I.
No, you should.
No.
You should.
Kevin, shut up. I was live tweeting, not live tweeting, but I was texting Kevin because he was like, we were talking when the movie was getting released about like, oh my God, this is such an influential movie. It's so important. Blah, 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 blah. I watched it finally like a week ago and I was like all over the place. Okay, the movie opens up. I'm like, yay, I'm excited for a lighthearted romantic comedy geared towards gay people. Billy Eichner comes on screen and starts like yelling at me for not knowing the names of like the people who died at Stonewall. And then he
Connor, no one died at Stonewall.
I hate you. And then he's making jokes about like saying that I don't know, it's all like jokes about like I'm miserable, so why should I like try and like why shouldn't I try and bring other people down into my level of misery with me? And I'm just like, why am I following this such an unhappy, miserable person? And I'm like tweeting at Kevin being like, oh God, I fucking hated this movie. I hated it so much. I actually tweeted at Billy Eichner, I want an apology on my alt Twitter account, which was very confusing for my followers. But it was just such a miserable time. Kevin, I am very mad you made me watch that movie.
But you did like that they roasted Caitlyn Jenner, though.
Well, Caitlyn Jenner's a trans terrorist. That's not even a joke. That's just a statement. But like the joke with Kristen Chenoweth showing up wearing a hat depicting the Stonewall riots, that got a laugh out of me until they kept making the same joke over and over again. But that being said, I want to jump into my segment.
Okay, wait. Before you do, though, have you seen the deleted scene from that movie of the Pride fight? No, because
I hate this movie so much, I do not.
Okay, but you have to see the Pride fight deleted scene because it's so insane.
We'll do that after the show, Kevin.
Okay, fine, but you have to see it.
Welcome to the Hyperfixation of the Week. This one down here holds the distinct honor of being my third human to hold the title of Hyperfixation. Jeff, the reason I brought you onto the show is because you have created a persona by the name of Annie Manildoo, which I hilariously had never like heard said out loud. So I read it as Manildoo.
Yep, most people do.
And I was just like, I felt like I wasn't getting a joke until I was like, oh, and then it was hilarious. Can you tell us a little bit about who Annie is, how long she's been hanging around, like what is her shtick?
Yeah, so I finished going to school for my associates in theater right around the time that you were going, actually.
Suffolk County.
Yeah, good old Suffolk community.
Go Sharks.
And I did the thing where, you go and you audition for shit, and you don't get anything for months at a time and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole time I was at Suffolk, the only play that I ever acted in as an acting major, I was cast as a woman.
I do remember that talking with.
Yes, yeah. And the only like crew stuff that I ever did was costuming or makeup.
Okay.
So like I kind of took that as a sign and I was like, maybe I should just give this a try because clearly my strengths are lying in being a woman. Like apparently that's a thing that I am somehow constantly pigeonholed into.
Okay.
And cut to 9 years later and I'm still putting on the drag and going out there and doing my thing.
My goodness.
Yeah, it'll be 10 as of this summer. This coming summer.
It still feels like yesterday we were like chatting in the hallways outside of like Spring Awakening or whatever the hell it was, but I was like, shit, 9 years.
Crazy, right? I know.
Absolutely.
Soon to be 10. Like it's creeping up.
Fantastic. Now, here comes like the inevitable. I do not mean any offense with this. Have you ever considered auditioning for Drag Race?
So I have a lot of feelings about that, actually.
Okay, let's go into it.
Ooh, okay.
So here's the thing. I know a lot of people who have been on Drag Race, and their experience was great, and they were able to do a lot of cool stuff afterwards. The problem with me is that when I read that contract, all I can think is that they take way too much ownership when you sign that contract because they kind of have you everything that you do they own for a little while, and I am not okay with that. It's a double-edged sword. So they own your likeliness for 4 to 5 years,
Oh,
And
damn.
then if you come back for anything which you're contractually obligated to do, the contract gets started over. So like if you, let's say you do a regular season, right? And then 3 years later they want you for All-Stars. Like you're still under contract. Technically, you still have to do that season. And you get paid the same that you would have gotten paid from the original season that you were on. Like they don't, like once you've got like a pay rate from them, it doesn't really change. This is all as far as I could tell from the contract.
Right.
And then once you do All-Stars, your contract's renewed for another 4 years.
So they still have your likeness as their property. So
also, you know how they have those video games and stuff like that that they put out on like, you know, phone games and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay you for that. They can use your image and your voice without paying you.
Really?
Like that, they own that. Like they own your image.
God.
So to me, I'm like, I've spent the better part of a decade creating this character and building a brand. I don't want somebody else to have any ownership of it. Like it's mine.
Makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
Yeah. I, for a long time, was interested in doing Dragula. That was actually more my speed. And they don't like own you after that, which is kind of nice.
Which is kind of nice.
You know, I mean, if you're gonna go reality TV, you know,
right.
But to be honest, that's also getting to where Drag Race is. You can see it when you watch it, like the production value is getting higher. So like now the production is becoming more. And the overproduction is kind of like settling in. Like the last season that aired, I don't know if you watched Dragula, but the Titan season was truly, it felt like Drag Race going through like a Hot Topic phase. You know what I mean? Like it was very like, it's like they're really getting there. They're getting there with it. And so I don't know that I want to jump on that ship because it's starting to kind of take sail in that really like more reality TV show way than it was, because Drag Race when it first started was actually like a really nice showcase for drag. Like it used to be about the art,
right?
Or at least it seemed like it was about the art, you know, like they were really good at hiding it if it wasn't. And now it's about the reality TV show aspect and like the storylines and stuff like that. And I feel like Dragula is
constantly saving queens, constantly having double saves.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, the challenges are just these horribly written musicals or acting challenges. Like
every season's got to have a rusical. It's got to have an acting challenge.
And it's the same 6 jokes every time. Like they don't.
Kind of why I stopped watching. I was just like, they're just recycling stuff, and it's like, yeah, the craft is different with each queen, and like that is different, but it's like the writing sucks.
It's awful. But you know what the worst part is that I still friggin' watch it. I still watch. I really do. I don't get invested, but I watch. You know? I literally just watched the first episode aired last night of the newest season. I'm not invested in a single one of those girls. I'm just going to say it now. Some of them are incredibly talented, but I don't remember a single name because I'm at the point where I'm like, I mean, some of them I had heard of before they were on the show, like Lucy LaDuca. I know who she is. You know, I know who Robin Fierce is. Like, just because of the fact that not that every drag queen knows each other, but like it's a small world. But you know, it's oversaturation. I'm over it. So that's why I'm not into Drag Race, like to be on it. Dragula is kind of on its way out for me. The only show that I really want to honestly audition for at this point is Camp Wanakiki, which if you've never heard of it, perfect. That's exactly why I want to audition.
That's why, because
I have heard of it through this show, through Kevin. So,
wait, you have?
Yeah, you mentioned it one time, and I Googled it after the show, and I was like, huh.
It's honestly just so stupid and campy and fun, and it's now just getting to Out TV, so it's not like widely known.
Right.
Wait, Out TV. They're supposed to have that gay dating show with Stormy Daniels. When is that supposed to come out again?
Oh my God, that's a thing.
Oh yes, we talked about it a few episodes ago. Yes.
Oh God, help me.
Oh God, what was it called? For the Love of Dilfs.
Yeah, and it made Connor storm off twice.
It's such a disgusting name.
Because it's pitting himbos versus daddies.
Objectively awful.
You either
Here's the
die
thing,
a
I'm
himbo
all for
or you live long enough
objectifying
to see
men,
yourself
like in
become a
any
dad.
capacity, but this just doesn't sound like a fun experience. It sounds like we want to show you porn, but we can't. So here's a reality show.
Which, you know what? I'm kind of okay with. Honestly.
Go on Twitter. You can find it all there.
You know what? I think that penises are kind of overrated. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care if anybody's.
We were talking about Annie. How did we get here?
Oh, who knows?
Anyway, I had a list of questions I had
Terrifying.
for you, but I accidentally deleted them, so I'm flying blind here.
Oh.
In the 9+ years that you've had Annie in your back pocket, you've been doing a lot. You do have some gigs coming up, which we are going to be promoting on our social medias. You're doing one at the Gay Senior Center in Queens, which I thought was very fun. Are these things that invite you to come back, or are you just being like, "Hi, I've got Annie here, like, pay me"?
It depends, honestly. I mean, that one in particular was my friend Bella Noche somehow booked that one, and she just has me as like a guest. So she was the one who asked me to be like on that one. But like usually it's a matter of like it's like half kind of actively seeking things, but like mostly word of mouth stuff.
Okay, I think that's how drag should be, though.
Yeah, like I'll get like requests on my website for things, or I'll have somebody who will be like, "Oh, can you contact this place because they are interested in doing XYZ?" And then everything just kind of goes from there. It's just your typical kind of bouncing around gig.
Fair enough. In terms of like the different gigs that you choose to appear with, are there some things that you prefer to do, things that you're excited to do, and is there some like gigs that you're like, no thanks, I'll just not be there?
Yes, I am not. It's tough to. It's like gig by gig, Things like bridal showers and stuff like that, 50-50 shot. They're either going to be amazing or they're going to be awful. Also, it's the same for like any kind of surprise party where you're the surprise. It could go either way.
Okay.
At like bars and clubs, not my favorite thing ever, just because it's like not really like I'm not a big like going out person really, but I put it on because it's the job. But like bars and clubs sometimes are a little bit questionable. I really like the ultimate thing is to be booked for like a place that is more like theater style, where there's like a separation between me and the audience. I just show up and I do my thing. People leave me the hell alone.
I
They
love
don't
that.
touch me, and then I leave and it's paid and it's like an agreed booking fee and goodbye. I think that happens once every 3 years. You know what I mean? Like it's never like that, but if I could just show up and not have to talk to a single person and just do my thing and then collect my money and leave, that would be ideal.
I totally get that.
When
Kevin and I were down in Florida in October, we went to this club called Savoy, which they were doing like some sort of like Marvel superhero night, I guess, for Halloween.
It wasn't Marvel. It was just superheroes and villains. Like that was the theme.
Fair enough. But there were like several queens going up. They had like a very, what was it, like a 1-hour drag show? I think it was like I think
usually like an hour or 2.
It was like 5-6 performers. But because I'm a theater kid, I know. Don't touch the performers. Don't like ask them for anything. I was like so like respectful. I didn't watch the show. I was like at the very back, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll just like watch."
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
But
so respectful. You didn't even watch it.
More or less. Then there was the girl that dressed up as Wanda, Scarlet Witch. We stand, and I just was like, you put on the fake tits. You came out to do a job. You may as well make some money. So I went over. I gave them a 10. And I was just like, "You did really good in the show." Like. Everybody else was like shoving money like in her hands, down her tits, and like somebody was like going down into her panties, and I was like, not me. I think so, not okay. They're not.
I mean, my thing is like usually when I start a show, I'll say that there's only a few rules at a drag show, right? Like drag queens are like Tinkerbell and they survive off of enthusiasm and attention. So like if I don't have all your attention and all your enthusiasm, I'm going to shrivel up and die. The other thing is that it cost a lot of money to look as cheap as I do. And then the final rule of a drag show is give me your money, but do not touch me.
Okay.
And then if you are going to touch me, there better be $1 in that hand. And if you got a 50, then you can touch me wherever the hell you want.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really just depends. You got $1, you can give it to me in my hand. You got a 10, you can shove it in my bra. You got a 20, okay, we're getting a little bit better. You got a 50, let's go to the bathroom. You know, like.
Okay, I do like that. Like, because I'm sure you've seen people don't know how to behave anymore.
Yeah.
People don't know how to act right.
Yeah,
and
I
I've
mean,
seen some.
At the end of the day, just don't touch my hair. Like, that's it.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, fair enough. But like, Kevin, remember obviously when we went to Savoy, like I saw some like wretched shit going down. Like, I mean, like somebody like almost started like fucking in the corner, but at the same time, I was just like, is it just because I don't go out all that often, or is this
Connor,
like?
I wasn't fucking that guy.
It wasn't.
Right?
The fact that I wasn't talking about you made that even funnier, Kevin. Holy shit! You just proved my point.
You know, I was just reaching under his shirt a little.
Oh,
we were going down the pants, just nothing below the
Kevin,
belt.
stop. Kevin, you're just bragging at this point, okay? Oh Lord. Anyway, but I know you said you had the gig at the senior center. You've also got Busty Bingo coming up. I believe next week. Is that correct?
Yeah, that one I think is on next Friday, or is it this Friday? I truly don't remember.
At some point, you've got a gig coming up, which if our audience would be interested, we will be posting the links and information at our social medias at Fruity Cereal, Fruity like the fruit, cereal like the number, across all social medias. Kevin, you've been eerily silent like this whole time. What do you got to say about all this?
What? I haven't been eerily silent. I was just bragging about how much I fuck or don't fuck.
It's true. He was. Fuck. Yeah, that is a fact. Yeah. I was taking notes. You know, I was just,
notes.
Yeah.
From one whore to another, right?
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
I was a slut. Whores get paid.
Well, I mean, I guess I dabble in both in that case.
I'm trying to find somebody to pay me to fuck me, but it's like,
oh, child, if only.
Oh God, you know what? We should just do
you said that you have subscribers on your OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, but they're not fucking me.
They might.
Let me make this quite clear. 90% of the people that subscribe to my OnlyFans, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Those people are rotted. I love y'all. Thanks for the cash, but don't come near me.
I mean,
it's all the people like on the subscription bar. They're all just faceless profiles. So it's like I'm being paid by like a family of ghosts. It's like, I don't know what you look like. I don't know that you're real.
I mean, to be fair, I have subscribed to people's OnlyFans, and my profile is definitely a faceless profile because there are people I want to see naked who I don't want to know that I want to see them naked.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I mean,
and if they're putting it out there, I'm going to pay the money. So
fair enough. It's the equivalent of like going into like those back rooms at the adult clubs with like your hat covering your nose.
I mean, Connor, to be fair, do you want to see what these people look like, or would you rather just have them be anonymous?
Yes, because I need to know who's like absorbing my content. It's like, oh, what if it's like, Mitch McConnell over here like watching me jerk it? I don't fucking know.
Well then, I mean, oh damn it! That's the second time I've said that I've suggested you blackmail someone. I really need to stop doing that.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's get back to Annie for a few minutes. When you were like initially creating the character, did you have like certain sources of inspiration? Did you have a drag mother, so to speak? Like, how did this end up taking shape?
So the drag mother, actually, to be quite honest, this person, Andy.
It's Andrew Whitcamper, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. He gave me like the basic like things that I needed to know, and then I kind of took what I learned from him and just kind of expanded on it.
That's fantastic. Kevin, for you who do not know, he was the costume and makeup master of Suffolk County Community College.
Yeah. He taught me a lot of stuff. Nice. And so I took like what he learned, like, and it was all stage makeup and stuff. So like, it's the same thing. Like, stage makeup, drag makeup, they're basically the same. But like drag is a little bit more. So I just I found that. But what was the other part of that question? I feel like I
In
lost.
terms of like creating the character of Annie, did you have like certain like
Oh,
people you were
right.
modeling
Okay.
after?
Yes, yes. So I do have a list of inspirations. They are both like of the female type and also of the drag queen type. So I guess the easiest thing would be for drag queens who have inspired me. I'm obviously incredibly inspired by Divine. Divine might be my favorite drag queen of all time.
Absolutely.
Followed by Jackie B and Sherry Vine, who I somehow got to know over the years.
Really?
And she actually recognized me on Fire Island, and I didn't recognize her because she was out of drag, and it was like a life-shaking moment because she's literally an icon, and I'm obsessed with her. And she like knew who I was, and I was like, oh, I was like, who are you? And she goes, I'm Sherry Vine, and I was like, oh my god. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so her, Divine, Alaska, I'm a big fan of.
Okay.
Alaska.
Yeah, she's really she actually was when I was first learning to do makeup, she her eye makeup was something that I kind of modeled some of my eye makeup after. Like just the shape of her eye makeup really kind of spoke to me, so I kind of borrowed from her a little bit when I was first kind of getting my makeup sorted. Um but also just her like trashiness. I live. Her like
Okay.
punk kind of. And then as far as like non-drag queens go, hugely influenced by Fran Drescher. Um, Also Peg Bundy as a character is another one. Um,
Okay.
Before we found out she was racist, Roseanne was definitely a big influence on me.
Okay.
Um, and a really healthy dose of Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
All right. I love that.
All
But
right.
like not even her, but like the character that inspired her.
My son is gay.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that one.
Um, and there's probably more, but those are like the main ones. I mean, Marjorie the Trash Heap from Fraggle Rock is probably.
I thought you were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh hell no,
Do you
not even a
really want to
little.
know where I was January 6th?
I was like,
I'm
wait, oh, Marjorie
dead.
the Trash Heap. Yeah, the one with the undercooked turkey. Okay.
Oh my god, amazing. But yeah, I think that kind of stuff.
All right.
The Muppets in general.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Miss Piggy. I don't know.
I need fashion
Yeah, I don't know.
icon. That's very cool, though. I love that.
Yes, it's a very diverse array of inspirations.
It's mostly just trash woman,
Well,
in their own various ways, though.
so is that how you would describe Annie as
Oh yeah,
a trash woman?
yeah. Oh yeah, she's trash, total trash
Oh,
whore.
man.
But like that's like it's like lovable trash whore,
Right.
Yeah.
Like the hooker with a heart of gold. Only
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, very that. Yeah.
All right. Now
Yeah.
I want to say I don't want to say my final question because I could go on, but we do have a time schedule. What I hate saying it like this. Do you have any advice or like stuff you would say to like somebody who wants to like get into the art of drag? Would you say maybe don't do it? Would you say do it right now? What would you like?
Yeah. Quit. No, just kidding.
Oh my
Quit
God.
drag.
Wow,
No,
firmly slam the door behind you. Why don't you?
I think that so one of the things that I think people so when I first started doing it, it wasn't how it is now, obviously. Things are a little bit
Right.
different. Now that Drag Race has kind of taken over people's like Drag Race is kind of drag used
It's
to
like
be subversive, which was what drew me to it. That was always my favorite part of the art form was that it was like it was kind of like a big FU to the mainstream, and now drag is mainstream.
mhm.
And so people used to do it because of the art and the fun of it. It used to be about like, doing something that was like fulfilling for you because it's gender expression, but then also had like some kind of art behind it. Like it was always meant to be like an artistic kind of expression thing. And then now it's like kind of like a fame grab. Like it's like I'm gonna do drag with the sole purpose of becoming good enough to be on RuPaul's Drag Race so that I can become one of those people, and like that's the entire focus. And I feel like that is annoying.
I totally get that.
That's something that bothers me. That's something that I don't like to see because there's a lot of people who do that, and I feel like if you're doing drag because you want to get famous or be on RuPaul's Drag Race specifically or whatever, then you're probably doing it for the wrong reasons. But if you want to do drag because you want to like explore gender, or if you want to make like an artistic statement of some kind, or um, I don't know, like if you want to just have like a fun hobby where you can maybe make a little extra cash but not depend on it as like a career, then yeah, great, do it, try it out. And then if you're good enough, then yeah, you can make a career out of it. I know plenty of people who have. Um, but they also, the people I know who have made a career out of it, they also um, love it and do it because it's their passion. And it goes beyond just like making money off of it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like you should do drag for the art, not just because it's trending or whatever.
Fair enough.
Right.
Because I do know that there was like I couldn't tell if this was a joke or not, but somebody, I think it was Katya on made a joke about like, oh, I had this friend that was going to medical school, but then dropped out because drag queens make more money than doctors. And I was like, first of all, I don't think that's true. Second of all, like, I don't
Depends
know.
on the
Like,
drag queen.
it
I
depends on the
mean,
queen.
Trixie Mattel's net worth is like $10 million.
That explains
Yeah.
why it's so expensive to get a night at the Trixie Motel for like
Yeah.
$1,000 a fucking
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, but
Yikes.
also, I mean, she's like, she owns a gay bar in her town. She owns the Trixie Motel. She owns a makeup brand. She has
Yeah.
albums, so it's like, I like drag is obviously the thing that like got her to where she is, but she does so much other stuff. Like,
Right.
Right.
I
It's
think that's
not
the other
like,
thing.
go to a single club, make rent instantly. It's
Right. And that's the thing too, is that these girls, their end game is like to get on Drag Race. Okay, great. You got on Drag Race. Now what? You're on
Yeah.
a reality TV show that has 15 seasons. You have to do something with that once you're
exactly.
done. Otherwise, you're done. Gotta have the
And
talent to back it up. I know plenty of girls who got on Drag Race who like are doing awesome stuff, but it's because like they had talent to do awesome stuff before they were on Drag Race, and they just used it as like a way to like kind of propel themselves into the next big thing.
Mhm.
But I think that's the thing, is that you need to be able to do that. Otherwise,
Makes sense. All right.
All
Kevin,
right.
did you have any questions before I forcibly wrap this up?
Yeah, I don't. I actually have kind of been considering doing drag, kind of ish. Really, all I have is a name and one look.
that's where
Hey,
it starts.
Is
exactly.
that where it starts?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you've done the hardest part. You have a name.
Yeah.
You know how long it took me to get a friggin' name? The name is the hardest thing. Once you think of that, like everything else kind of just follows.
Oh, does it? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
So
oh,
I did
yeah.
the easiest part. I did the hardest part already.
I
Nice.
mean, for
Here's
me,
the
that
thing.
was the hardest part. I knew that I needed my name to be a pun, but I also knew I wanted it to be subtle enough that people might not catch it when they first hear it. And I
Mhm.
also wanted it to be the essence of who I was, which was a whore.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And I mean, I've told this story a million times on a million different interviews, but I was literally in the shower washing my balls, and it dawned on me. Like that was like the moment. It was the aha moment. I went, oh my God, Annie Manildoo. I was like,
Oh, I love that.
I was thinking like Annie, because I was like, oh, Annie. I feel like there's a way I could take that. I was like, there's got to be something with that. And then I got out of the shower and dried off and immediately went to Google and searched every spelling of Annie Manildoo that I could think of, and nothing came up. Specifically, nothing for the one that I chose. Like, but just in general, I didn't see anything. I was like, how has nobody thought of this yet? Um, and then
Yeah.
there it is.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. I came up with mine while I was eating.
And what is it? if I can ask.
Okay, so
am I going to make fun of you for this, or am I going to be supportive? Let's find out.
Okay, so so the drag name I came up with is Cookie Sin Cream.
Shut up.
Okay, that's sweet. I like
Shut
that.
up. I love that.
You love it?
I
actually
do. That's really
like it.
cute.
You don't see too many 3-part names out there, so I actually really like it. You've got the
Yeah,
sin
I
element.
like the use of a middle name.
Okay.
Yeah, and I kind of also like it because it's like it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of like you got the cookie, that's fun,
Which
and
is
you
a
got
human
sin,
name.
and then you got sin, which is like a little dark, and then you got cream, which is like a little fun, but also kind of sexy.
Okay, I actually
Yes.
really like it.
Yes, and it has like sexual undertones too. So you kind of covered all the bases, really.
Really? Wow.
I mean, I would put that at a pretty solid name, honestly. I
Thank
would.
you.
You've
Yeah.
got the Annie stamp of approval. Way to go.
Yay.
Yeah, now you just have to stock your wardrobe with costumes, figure out a performance, and
Also got to figure out how to put on makeup.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say also makeup and also some hair. But
Kevin, if your first performance isn't a bad Cinderella, I'm not coming to any of your shows.
Why does that have to be the bad Cinderella?
Because I need it to happen. And I'm not talented enough to do drag, so you've got my first gig.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. I'll do bad Cinderella, but
yes, thank you.
But then my second one will be
the Jurassic Park theme.
Sure, Connor.
Hey, we can make either way. I can't wait to see how Cookies and Cream actually takes shape over the next couple of years, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because if you book your next gig next week, I'm gonna be like, how the fuck?
Yeah. How the fuck did you do that?
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
this was an
thank you so
absolute
much.
delight. Going forward, I would love to have you back at some time because we have so much more I would love to talk about. So
absolutely.
please don't delete my contact. Keep me as a favorite on Grindr. You know, right?
So good.
And if our audience wants to find you, they can do so at Manildoo.com.
Yes, and that has all of my social media. Although,
including your Venmo and PayPal, I noticed.
Yes, yeah, that's the most important social media of them all.
On the first page.
Yeah, oh yeah, prominently displayed. Also prominently displayed is my merch because you can get my face on basically anything, my face or my logo. So that's fun. There's actually, so some of my merch was designed by a friend of mine who's also a drag queen. Her name is Sin. Love her. She's great. But then there's this one piece of merch that's like a painting of Annie like screaming in like a field that's a recreation of another painting. You'll notice it the second you see it.
Okay.
That was actually hand painted by a friend of mine, and I scanned it and put it as merch. Like I asked him like, oh, can I sell this as merch? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, I'd be honored. So it's really cool. So
very cool. Go pick yourself up some Annie Manildoo merch.
As a disclaimer, don't follow me on Twitter because I never ever tweet.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, your best bet is Instagram, followed by Facebook.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Jeff, thank you again so much for joining us. Kevin, thank you for coming to work.
Okay.
So, I mean, just thanks for showing up and doing your job, I guess.
Okay, you're saying that like I don't usually, but all right.
Hey, somebody involved in the creation of this podcast was 15 minutes late, and they are not on camera, Pod Daddy. Anyway.
Okay, let's not.
Pod Daddy is my derogatory nickname for our producer.
I thought it was a term of endearment.
Today it's derogatory because he was late.
Okay, sure.
You can follow Fruity Cereal across all social media at Fruity Cereal. Fruity like the fruit, cereal like the number. You can follow me, Connor, on Twitter at Connor F from LI or on Instagram at Connor K Fitz. Kevin?
You can follow me pretty much everywhere at It's Kevin O'Lear. That's ITSKEVINOLEAR. I almost forgot how to spell my own name for a second there.
I love watching you stumble over spelling your own name.
I was like, yeah. So you can follow me there on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Letterboxd, Twitch.
I think you've got them all.
Did I get them all?
I think so.
Oh yeah,
and if you didn't, it's too late. Anyway, thank you again. We will see you all next Monday at 9 a.m. on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network.
See you then.
Have a good night.
Bye.